Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we are going to be taking a look at a Black Series figure. This is not really something, like the Black Series as a whole is not really something I bought from. I don't know, they just weren't as interesting as the Halo stuff I was buying to me at the time, which maybe is why the line stopped. It was just Halo got more attention, and Mega did say that getting the licenses for only a couple figures was expensive and not really worth it. I have had a couple. I had like the alien from the X-Files. I still have him somewhere. Maybe I'll dig him out and review him eventually. But this is Claptrap from Borderlands. Don't know a ton about Borderlands, but I do know Claptrap is kind of like the mascot, and he even got his own game. I don't know where the blue part comes in, is because it's Claptrap blue. I think this is just maybe another skin for him in-game. But the original Claptrap was not available from Big Bad Toy Store, and I really wanted to take a look at this because he's got a lot of unique pieces. So we'll get into that as we go. Borderlands artwork. Borderlands is very over the top in their style. I think it looks pretty good. We see Claptrap here holding pizza. And we got all the roses in the back. Borderlands, Black Series, Claptrap, blue. And then around the back is a bunch of stuff that nobody ever reads. And, of course, the more branding. This is branded for 2020. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy open. So this is kind of the standard Halo Heroes packaging. Like, it matches the old Halo Heroes packaging, the one that you really had to destroy, not the new ones that you can kind of just easily pop open. This is another reason why I wanted the blue version. There's a slice of pizza. That's hilarious. Rip. That didn't help all that much. Oh, there he is. Ooh, wheel rolls and everything. I'm excited about this. It's not often that we get a Mega figure that is so incredibly far out of the normal range of stuff. And I'm used to looking at the Halo stuff too, and there's a lot of reused parts throughout the Halo line, which is not a bad thing. It's just you get to see a lot of the same things. So there's our instructions. Not standard instructions of any sort. And he's even got a different stand to help him stand up. And then we get to see the rest of this lineup, which I have most of them. I just don't have Predator and the Turtle. I don't know which one that is. I do have Sam Fisher and a Psycho, so I will be looking at those as well. Yeah, so let's get this guy built, and we'll take a closer look. And there he is. There's a lot going on here. Pretty much all of these pieces are unique as far as I can tell, except for the pizza, which, oddly enough, the pizza is a rubber piece, so it kind of can bend. And what you see on the package, where he's like holding the pizza really far into his hand, that can't happen. His hand is like a clip like that, and the pizza is like that. So if you want him to hold it this way, it kind of can go to about there. And that's that. But it is a very funny piece. I do wish it had a stud on the bottom. That would have been kind of cool. But it's pretty funny. And what's even funnier is it has... Oh gosh, I think I need to get in closer to this, actually. This is not exactly a pizza you'd want to eat. It's got pepperoni and sauce and cheese, but it also has like dead fish and other random garbage on it. So it looks like maybe this was pulled out of a trash can or something. That's kind of hilarious. And as far as I know, this is exclusive. I think you can get some other pizza slices from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, but those are like actually edible pieces of pizza and not dead fish pizza. Not very appealing, but pretty darn hilarious. So one of the biggest things to note about Claptrap here is that he needs his stand. He cannot stand on his own without the stand because he has a single wheel, and that's not very conducive to allowing him to stand up. Like, there's literally no way to balance him aside from having him, well, can I even do that? Yeah, you can have him do kind of like that, so he's leaning on his arms. But aside from that, you need the stand to keep him upright. Now, my thought was, well, maybe I can just put the peg on the back and, you know, have him stand up that way. You kind of can, but he still wants to tip from side to side. So, I mean, you can do that. It works. He's just very much more fiddly to pose. And that's kind of a pain for taking photos, because I really do want to take photos of this guy. It's just going to be a little difficult because he doesn't like to stand up. Speaking of a stand, it is this piece. Mega pretty much always use this piece for their Black Series, and now they've moved to using it for Halo, so it kind of makes sense. And the figure himself, first of all, he looks pretty fantastic. He's got the kind of over-the-top Borderlands style. Got a little warning thing here, very dinged up. It's got tons of extra detail. Like, look at this. I love how they've done even like the kind of rust streak, like scratch streaks there. The stuff continues around to the side, kind of cartoony look, but it works out really well here. Around to the back. It looks good. I like the cell shading mixed with Mega. I think that's fantastic. The arms have some blue print as well. The eyeball is blue with a black outline. And there's even stuff on the top. Look at that. Like little silver in the edges. That looks fantastic. There's so much detail here. I love this. This is great. What kind of blew my mind, though, was this guy's articulation. So his arms are obviously the biggest thing that you would think would articulate, and they're pretty standard. They just move around on ball joints, so you get full rotation up to about here, down, forward and back, like so. The hands, unfortunately, are fixed and do not rotate. That's a little bit of a bummer, but it's not horrible. And I imagine that if it were to rotate, I mean, I guess they kind of could have if the clip part was a peg that went into this wider part. Otherwise, it would have been fragile. So you can do that with both sides. Then these little like flap things here can move. They get out of the way for Claptrap's arms to be able to move. They can go up to about here, like that. And then that seems like at first glance it's all you can do, you know, and that would be fine if that's all you could do. That would be enough. But that's not all. First of all, you can move the tire. The tire can rotate back and forth. That's crazy. They did not have to do that at all. That was completely just kind of uncalled for, if you want to say it that way. So that's cool. And then what really, really just made it, his eye can move. How freaking cool is that? It's a bit hard to get in and like get your finger in there and move it around. But yeah, it's all in like a little ball joint, so it can move up, it can move down, it can move from side to side, and it makes him so much more expressive. That is super cool. Super, super cool. It just shows how much Mega put into these Black Series figures. Like, there's no reason why they had to do that. This is essentially a perfect little tiny action figure of Claptrap. Like, nothing about this says, oh, look, this is Mega. I mean, sure, he's got clip hands, but that's kind of what his hands look like anyway. The peg hole, maybe. But no, this is really, if you want a little figure of Claptrap, this is it. This is what you need. That's really cool. Mega did such a good job here. So let me give you a bit of a size comparison with a normal Mega figure. There we go. This is the Yoroi from the Mongoose Outriders. There's no particular reason why I picked this figure other than that he was close at hand. And he's kind of a standard height. So you can see Claptrap is significantly shorter, like a head and a half shorter, but he is fairly blocky and thick. So size-wise, I think this looks pretty good. I don't know super well like how big this guy is in-game, but this looks correct to me. So I think it works out. That's pretty nice. Stand up. Oh, and before we move on, this is what it looks like to have a normal Mega figure hold the pizza slice, garbage pizza. He's about to blow Claptrap up for getting trash on his pizza. Well, there you have it. That is the Mega Construx Black Series Claptrap Blue. Gotta say, this little guy is fantastic. My real only complaint is he can't stand up on his own. I don't really see how they would have gotten around that, other than maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just this character's design is such that unless he has little gyroscopes and is alive and driving around, he's gonna fall over. So that's not really any fault of Mega's. And the choice of accessory is hilarious. Maybe it has something to do in game, but it just is funny to me, even if I don't get the reference. And the overall quality of the figure is just really high. The print work is really well done. The design of the figure itself, like I said, the eye being able to move is nuts. That's absolutely insane. So cool. This just shows the potential that Mega has to do great things. And it's so sad that Black Series is gone. And it's sad that Borderlands is gone. I'm not a fan of the game, but if this is the kind of stuff that comes out of Mega doing Borderlands, I want to see more of it. It's so cool. So, like I said, there is 2 versions of this guy. There is the standard, like, yellow, kind of more iconic one, and then there's the blue guy. You can get this guy at Big Bad Toy Store. I'll put the link to the description, like a link in the description to the listing where I bought him if he's still in stock. Even if you're not a Borderlands fan, if you're just a Mega fan, I highly recommend you pick one of these up. I think it's really cool. I think it's a great little add-on. Like, just throw them into a Halo diorama just for kicks. I think it's hilarious. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.